You're listening to a Countout Podcast.
What it is, what's up, and welcome everyone to another G1dering. That's right, it's an Okada's short episode focusing on the events from the G1 Climax 32 Night 9, which came live from Aichi on July the 31st, 2022. I'm your bad friend, Raffe Houston. As you know, if you've been listening to these episodes, I'm not joined by my co-host, your good friend Curtis Spears. He'll be back tomorrow with the next night. But yeah, I am just going to rattle off some matches for you real quick. Just painting a picture, this is actually coming to you live 7 a.m. in the morning on the 3rd of August. It's taken me that long to get this one out. My beautiful wife had to go to Melbourne in the midst of what some are saying are a once-in-a-year storm in Perth. So we had to get her ready to go and drop her at the airport amidst all kind of bad weather. I'm not even sure if I'll get her back tonight. She only had to go for a one-night conference, but they're saying that, you know, the airport was damaged last night. They lost all power. It was all very stressful. Right now I'm sitting in my apartment in the 6000s, as we call it, the city of Perth, Western Australia. I'm looking out the window. It looks like clear skies, but I can see if I turn far enough, some ominous black clouds coming in. There's news reports of all kinds of damage all over Perth, but that doesn't affect us in the 6000s, as I like to tell my staff at work. We're living the high life here right in the centre of Perth. So hopefully that continues. Without a further ado, I'm going to take a sip of this coffee. I'm going to run through these 4 matches. I'm going to give you our standings, and then I'm going to get out the door and go to work. First up, we had Jeff Cobb versus Lance Archer. This was like a pretty brutal, high-paced battle between two of the bigger guys in the monster block. And both guys were really like showing off their agility as big guys. They're both known for that aspect of their game. And it was really kind of like started with a bit of one-upmanship and that kind of thing. And Cobb won with the Tour of the Islands, which looks devastating on a big guy like Lance Archer. I don't remember if I selected Cobb to win, but while I was watching it, the way the standings have gone, I sort of expected it. Who had your boy picked? I had picked Jeff Cobb. Yes, that is good. For those of you that don't know, we run a Pick'ems contest for the G1. And we're making our way through it. It's myself, my co-host Curtis, our friend Travis, who's the reigning champion from previous years when we've run this, my wife Amy, and our friend Mo. Spoiler alert, I'm winning this bad boy this year. Well, I don't know if I'm winning the whole thing, but I'm winning at the moment. So let's hope that works out. That took Jeff Cobb 2 wins, 1 loss, and Lance he stayed on 1 win and 2 losses. After that, we jumped to Yoshihashi versus Juice. There was like great underdog hero energy from Yoshihashi here. He has had a great tournament. In the last episode where Curtis and I spoke about Yoshihashi, I said that I think his biggest problem is just like his shifty eyes and his sort of inability to look into the camera. And that sort of gives a vibe. Like when he comes out, he's sort of like looking away, and whenever the camera looks directly in his face, he sort of darts away. And kind of makes him feel sort of nervous. But then once he's in the ring and once the match gets going, he's just got this great fire, and the crowd really want to be behind him. So let me lay you out a scenario real quick for a simple Yoshihashi entrance that I think would go a long way into helping elevate him. So imagine this, and we're not even going to get into wardrobe and his dumb coat. Imagine everything is the same, but instead of him coming down the ramp and sort of just shiftily darting around and not really like stopping and just going straight to the ring, imagine Yoshihashi comes through the curtain. You've heard all the boop, boop, all that annoying stuff. Cut that music off. That annoying bit at the start's gone. It just starts with that kind of riff. Kicks in. Yoshihashi strodes out. Strodes out. Whatever. Strides out. Crouches down on the ramp, holding his stick. The camera comes up and he looks directly in it. And then he essentially says, I mean, he wouldn't say it in English, but he would essentially say, let's go. Let's get back up. Let's keep going. That's his motto. He has it on his trunks and things like that. Gives the camera a look and a knowing nod to the fans, stands up, breezes past it all the way down, gets into the ramp, straight to the corner, his big yell, stick out like he does. That small tweak for me would make all the difference in the world for his character. Like, I even watched his after-match comments this time, something I've never done or never really cared to do. And he was essentially saying, you know, how's it feel to get beaten by somebody who you say sucks, you know? And that's what Juice had done. And he'd done it in previous contests too. He was like, you know, nobody was gonna beat me. You know, what was it? He said that Yoshihashi's a sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. He's an Ichiban sweet boy. But you know what? So's the convenience store clerk down the road. He wasn't going to beat me tonight, and neither was Yoshihashi. You know, just talking mad shit. And then Yoshihashi did beat him in an awesome match. Huge, great, big heel energy from Juice. He is absolutely killing it in this new persona. It's really suiting him down to the ground. And yeah, like some of his actions, like pushing the ref and the ref pushing him over. And yeah, it was just really good. So that takes Yoshihashi up to 1-1, and Juice is 1-2. I still think Juice is going to do good things in this contest, by the way. I think he's probably going to spoil Will Ospreay's tournament. I also laid out, I think, Finlay, who has the United States belt that's actually Will's belt, will lose to Will. Will will go on to the end of this, and then Juice will essentially beat him, take the belt back, and also spoil his tournament. Okay, Jay versus Chase. This was nothing but shithousery, but to start with, and then it got really good. Chase comes out saying it's going to be an easy night. He's going to get a great payday. Jay comes out, yeah, we're doing that, absolutely. Just lay down, we'll get it sorted. And Chase is like, well, let me see my money. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got it. Pulls out the envelope, gives it to him. Chase goes to the counter. He's like, you don't need to count it. You don't need to trust me. Look, let me take it off you, and I'll give it to the announcer. We'll let him hold it. Everything will be fine. We'll do this, and we'll get out of here. They start, but then Chase is like, I kind of want to count it. Gets out, counts it, pulls out a couple of notes. They look real, and then the rest is all paper. And then he's pissed off, and they're going back and forward. Where's my buddy? Blah, blah, blah. Chase hits him with a C trigger. And then they actually had like a really good match. One of, again, my better Chase Owen matches that I've seen. And Jade went a long way to make him seem like a real threat. He was like, I almost got knocked out. He almost got me, kind of thing. And there was also some interesting reactions from Gato, because he was also like, no, you can't do this, no, in that great Gato voice. But then there's a moment where Chase actually looks like he's going to beat Jay and has him ready for the package pile driver. And Gato ain't saying shit. He's just standing there watching, because I think he's the kind of guy that's going to hitch his wagon to whoever's the strongest. And there's a moment there where he's like, maybe I'll watch how this plays out, and maybe Jay isn't the guy I need to be watching. Maybe it's Chase. Obviously, Jay comes back, wins it, and then Gato's everybody's friend. But it's interesting to see that play out, and whether, you know, that sort of weakness from Jay could be a reason for betrayal, which it usually is in the Bullet Club. So, interesting result. Jay is on 3-0. Chase is on 1-2. yeah, and as I said, Chase Owens doing better. Yoshihashi doing better. This has been a great tournament. Everybody's been putting it out. Next up was Okada versus Fale. Classic monster battle. Some really nice action from Fale. When he turns out, like stuff like the spear and stuff looks devastating. Some great, grenades and like bad luck fall attempts. But my personal favorite part was the money clip at the end, which is not a finisher I've normally liked. But that because he's so big, Okada was on top of him and he was laying down on the ground, and it looked like death. I think the money clip looks better on the ground. It looks better basically any way than how he was doing it when he was trying to get it over. But then I kind of think he purposely wasn't making it look great. So when he brought back the Rainmaker, it would be rehabilitated. So yeah, he's a genius. Fucking Okada out here playing chess while we're all playing checkers. So, same points for Okada. So 3 wins, 0 losses, and Fale's 2-2. So he's actually doing pretty good in the tournament, really. After that was Naito versus Evil. Now I watched this at like 12:30 at night last night, like after speaking to my wife, making sure she got back to her hotel and everything correct. So it was a little bit hard for me to get into because I was really tired. And let's face it, Naito and Evil together don't have great chemistry. Now, I had said to Curtis in our episode, I was like, well, maybe Evil wins this and it's to set up, to get back to Naito versus Evil feud. And Curtis was like, didn't you fucking have enough of that? And I was like, no, well, it was pandemic and things like that. I'm not sure the company has, and maybe there's something there, because I don't feel like for the level of betrayal that Evil gave Naito has really cared. And that's his Tranquilo thing. Tranquilo, don't care about stuff. But I find it interesting to get past the bullshit and actually find the emotion in Naito and have him be like, no, you really fucking hurt me. But we didn't really get it. It never really went there, and I don't think it ever really will go there. So I'm ready to be done with that. I don't think it was particularly captivating for me. As I said, it could have just been my, exhausted state. I did perk up a bit when they did like the table spot where the ref gets knocked down. I mean, what else is a new on an Evil match? Him and Dick Togo go to Magic Killer Naito to the outside through a table, but then he thwarts him and then does a really mean and scary looking pile driver to Evil through the table. That's so dangerous. But yeah, he comes out on top. Can I just also make a note that the Magic Killer fucking sucks. As a tag team finisher, it's the most boring, non-devastating looking move of all time. It sucked when the Good Brothers did it. It fucking sucks when Evil and Sonata did it for fucking 20 years, and it sucks now. So I don't know why everybody keeps referencing it in New Japan, and it's their only tag team finisher you ever see in New Japan, but it needs to go away because I'm fucking sick of it, and all of these wrestlers are way too good to be using a shit finisher like that. Let's get some good fucking tag finishers, people. All right. So the standings in G1dering at the moment are as follows. Yourself, myself, I don't even know anymore. Raffe is on 23, Curtis is on 19, Travis is on 19, Amy is on 19, Mo is on 19. That's right, it is still anybody's game, but your boy's 4 ahead. So that is pretty hot in my book. So the next nights of tips that will be run down from Curtis will be the following matches. Ishii versus the Great Okan. Your boy has tipped Ishii. Yano versus Tom Lawler. Your boy's tipped Tom Lawler. Tama Tonga versus Sonata. I've picked Sonata. God, I won't be cheering for him though. Goto versus Kenta. I've picked Kenta. And Finlay versus Ospreay. And I picked Ospreay and taking back his belt. So we will see how that all shakes out. Actually, as of right now, it happened yesterday. I know Curtis has already recorded his episode, but this will go out first, so it makes chronological sense because I have been dragging my feet. So thank you, Curtis. Thank you to the Count Out Network for putting these out every single episode. We normally do fortnightly stuff, and they're posting their stuff for us all the time. So it's absolutely awesome. So check out them at Countout Pod. We've also got a new Countout Patreon. I don't know all the details, but they're doing amazing work to maybe see all of the podcasters on the Countout network, get some kind of remuneration back for all their hard work and entertainment and help build the channel and make it even better, which is really awesome. Check out my co-host, the amazing Curtis Spears, at El Destructo 83. In our last episode where we were together, he was very honest about his, dealings with mental health and stuff at the moment. I want to thank him for his honesty, and also give him a big clap and pat on the shoulder for taking charge of his life. So it's really nice to see. I'm always here for you, buddy. If you want a banger theme song like we've got, check out at Riff Your Pod. My boy Owen is out here delivering bangers. Get ready for an amazing theme to drop from an amazing GCW wrestler this coming weekend at Homecoming. It's going to be a banger. And check us out everywhere at Okada Shorts. Check me out and my other show, Faces and Feels, at Faces Feels Cast. And until then, rate and subscribe, listen or die, keep it right, keep it tight, but most importantly, keep it short.
This summer, LL Bean invites you to simply step outside and enjoy the fresh air and sunshine. We'll be your guide with tips and advice to get more out of every moment outdoors. Here's one. If you want to always have a quick patch and repair kit on your camping trip, wrap a few feet of duct tape around a water bottle or hiking pole. When you need a piece, simply peel one off. For more fun ideas, easy how-tos, and inspiring stories, visit llbean.com/guide.
This has been a Countout Podcast.